Scene script. Have you ever wondered why some relationships seem so effortless, while others are a constant struggle? It's a question that's crossed our minds at some point, right? You see, the secret isn't in the grand gestures or the fairy tale moments. It's something much simpler, yet incredibly powerful. It's communication. Communication, in its essence, is the key that unlocks the door to understanding. It's the bridge that connects two individuals, allowing them to share thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It's the thread that weaves the fabric of a relationship, holding it together even when the going gets tough. When we communicate, we're not just talking. We're building a deeper understanding of each other, fostering trust, and nurturing intimacy. In a relationship, open and honest communication can be the difference between a fleeting romance and a lifelong love story. It's the secret sauce that keeps a relationship healthy and vibrant. It's the heartbeat that keeps the love alive. It's the compass that guides you through the rough patches and keeps you on track. But communication is not just about talking. It's also about listening, understanding, and responding. It's about being able to convey your thoughts and emotions clearly and honestly, and being able to understand and respect your partner's perspective. It's about being present, being engaged, and being genuinely interested in what your partner has to say. So how do we communicate effectively in a relationship? How do we ensure that our words and actions are building bridges, not walls? How do we navigate through the complexities of emotions, expectations, and misunderstandings? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. Through practical tips and real-life examples, we'll delve into the art of effective communication. We'll learn how to express our thoughts and feelings in a way that fosters understanding and empathy. We'll discover the power of active listening and the importance of nonverbal communication. We'll understand how to navigate through conflicts and disagreements without damaging the relationship. The secret to a fulfilling relationship might just be a conversation away. So let's start talking, let's start listening, let's start communicating. Because at the end of the day, the power of communication is the power to transform relationships. Let's harness that power together. Imagine John and Jane, a couple deeply in love yet struggling to understand each other. Meet John and Jane. They're like any other couple. They met in college, fell in love, and have been together ever since. Their love story is one many of us can relate to. It's beautiful, filled with shared dreams, laughter, and countless memories. But beneath this seemingly perfect relationship, there's a significant issue they're grappling with: communication. John is the strong, silent type. He's not one to wear his heart on his sleeve, and he often keeps his thoughts and feelings to himself. Jane, on the other hand, is expressive and loves to share her thoughts and feelings, but she often feels unheard and misunderstood. You see, John and Jane love each other dearly, but their communication styles are poles apart, leading to misunderstandings and hurt feelings. This is a common scenario in many romantic relationships. One person might feel like they're expressing themselves clearly, but the other might not be receiving the message in the same way. This can lead to feelings of frustration, confusion, and even resentment. It's like they're speaking different languages, even though they're using the same words. For instance, when Jane tells John she's had a tough day, she's not just sharing information, she's seeking comfort and understanding. But John, being the problem solver that he is, immediately jumps into solutions mode, offering advice on how to make things better. While his intentions are good, this isn't what Jane needs in that moment. She just wants to feel heard and validated. Similarly, when John retreats into his shell after a disagreement, Jane might interpret this as him being distant or uncaring. But in reality, he's just processing his emotions and looking for a way to resolve the issue without causing further conflict. Despite their love for each other, John and Jane's lack of effective communication is causing a rift in their relationship. So, how can John and Jane, or any of us, improve the way we communicate in our relationships? Let's delve into that. A basic communication framework can be our guide. This includes several components: active listening, expressing feelings, maintaining an open mind, and resolving conflicts positively. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in effective communication. Firstly, active listening. It's more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind those words. Picture this. When your partner speaks, they're not just sharing information, they're sharing a part of themselves. So listen with your ears, yes, but also with your heart. Next up, expressing feelings. This can feel vulnerable, but it's essential for a healthy relationship. It's about being honest and clear with your emotions, without blaming or criticizing your partner. Remember, it's not about winning an argument, It's about understanding each other better, and that's only possible when we're brave enough to show our true feelings. On to the third component, staying open-minded. This can be challenging, especially when emotions run high. But it's about respecting your partner's perspective, even when it differs from yours. It's about seeking to understand before seeking to be understood. It's about accepting that there's more than one way to see a situation, and that your partner's view is just as valid as yours. Lastly, let's talk about resolving conflicts positively. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but it's how we handle these disagreements that matters. It's about finding a solution that works for both parties, not just one. It's about learning and growing from these conflicts, not letting them drive a wedge between you. By following this framework, couples can significantly improve their communication skills. It's not an overnight process, but a journey. A journey that leads to deeper understanding, stronger connections, and ultimately, a more fulfilling relationship. And isn't that what we're all striving for? Let's revisit John and Jane's situation, but this time, they are armed with our communication framework. Imagine John and Jane sitting down for a conversation. Their faces are serious, their hearts are heavy, but this time, they're prepared. They have our communication framework in their hands, a guide that will help them navigate through the choppy waters of their relationship. First, they start with the clarification step. John expresses his feelings about their recent arguments. He says, "Jane, I feel upset when our discussions turn into arguments." Jane, in turn, clarifies her own feelings. "John, I feel unheard when you dismiss my opinions." They've taken the first step towards understanding each other's perspectives. They're not blaming each other, not hurling accusations, but simply stating how they feel. This is the power of clarification. Moving on to the validation step, they acknowledge each other's feelings. John says, "I understand why you might feel unheard, Jane, and I'm sorry for making you feel that way." Jane responds, "I can see why our arguments upset you, John. I don't want that either." They've now validated each other's feelings. They're not belittling or trivializing each other's emotions, but recognizing and acknowledging them. This is the strength of validation. Finally, they reach the resolution step. They discuss ways to avoid turning their discussions into arguments. They agree to give each other space to voice their opinions, to listen attentively, and to respect each other's views. They've found a solution. They're not sweeping their issues under the rug, but addressing them head-on. This is the beauty of resolution. Through this process, John and Jane have not only addressed their communication issues, but also strengthened their bond. They've learned to communicate effectively, to listen, to understand, and to empathize. With the power of effective communication, John and Jane are now able to understand and appreciate each other more. Communication is not a one-time thing, it's a continuous process. Picture a garden. Just like plants need regular watering and sunlight to grow, relationships need consistent communication to flourish. It's not just about talking once in a while or only when things go awry. It's about fostering an environment where open dialogue is the norm, not the exception. Consistency in communication means regular check-ins. It's about asking how your partner's day was, what they're feeling, or what's on their mind. These simple questions can open doors to deeper conversations and connection. Regular check-ins also allow you to stay updated on each other's lives, making you feel more involved and connected. But consistent communication goes beyond everyday small talk. It's also about discussing dreams, fears, and aspirations. It's about sharing what makes you happy, what worries you, and what you hope for the future. These conversations may seem daunting, but they can bring you closer, helping you understand each other on a much deeper level. Consistent communication also means addressing issues head-on. It's natural for disagreements to arise in any relationship. However, the key is to tackle these issues promptly and openly, rather than letting them fester and grow into bigger problems. Consistent, open dialogue can help identify and resolve conflicts before they escalate, leading to a healthier and happier relationship. Moreover, consistent communication builds trust, a vital component of any relationship. When you regularly communicate with your partner, you show them that they can count on you to be there, to listen, and to understand. This trust can foster a strong bond, making your relationship more resilient in the face of challenges. So, remember, communication isn't a one-off event. It's a journey, a continuous process that requires effort, patience, and understanding. But the rewards are worth it. Consistent communication can lead to deeper understanding, stronger bonds, and a more fulfilling relationship. In the end, nurturing a habit of consistent communication can lead to deeper understanding and stronger bonds in a relationship. So, to recap what we've discussed today, we've taken a deep dive into the magical world of communication in romantic relationships. We've seen how it acts as the backbone of every successful relationship, as demonstrated by our tale of John and Jane. We've also discovered the power of the communication framework, a tool that can be used to navigate through the sometimes tricky waters of interpersonal relationships. It's not just about saying what's on your mind, but also about listening, understanding, and responding to your partner's needs and feelings. Moreover, we've emphasized the importance of consistency in communication. It's not a one-time thing, but a continuous process that needs to be nurtured. Like watering a plant, consistent communication helps a relationship to grow and thrive. Remember, the key to a healthy and fulfilling relationship lies in effective and consistent communication. So why not start a meaningful conversation today? If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about effective communication in relationships, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.